Hi, my name is Julia with Julia Sue's Stamping, where I am passionate about stamping, coloring, creating paper crafts, cards, and sharing the fun with you. I live in Northeast Ohio. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. If this is your first time visiting my channel, welcome. I'm so glad you're here. And if you have seen other videos on this channel, welcome back. It's so fantastic that you're willing to spend some time with me. I really appreciate it. Also, in the description will be a list of all the products used in this video today. If you'd like to choose me as your Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, I would really appreciate it. However, if you already have one, that's fine. I'm just glad you're here today. Be sure you give the video a thumbs up, smash that subscribe button, and help me grow my small business. It doesn't cost you anything and it really helps me out a lot. Today's card is one that I made because my mom has a very, very good friend who just suffered a great loss. I wanted to send a sympathy card. So you can see that the colors I've used today are very muted in this card. My whole point of the video, though, is about templates. When you have a template, you can use any color of paper, any set of stamps that you want, changing it up that way using the same template, and it will look like an absolutely completely different card. You can use it for Christmas cards, for birthday cards, as I am for sympathy. Any type of situation is great when you've got a great template. So it's easy to make cards using templates. This week, I'm going to be showing a lot of different cards simply using this template. So without any further ado, let's look down on the work surface and get started. Scooting in a little closer. All right, so the inside is also very nicely muted and decorated, however, with this beautiful color all around our writing surface. The colors that I'm using today are a pecan pie and pretty peacock, white, and the designer series paper that I have brought out is the Nature's, I don't think it's Nature's Print, it's Nature's something. Well, I'm going to show you the template using these colors so you can see how the layout is on this card. Now with this card you could either do the layout like this or you could do it this way, and with this way you can also have it hinged here at the top. I have it hinged on the side. The layout is very simple, as you saw on the inside of the one that has already been finished. It has the finished inside of that nature, and then the outside is using the designer series paper to bring the pieces in like that. Then we've got a centerpiece that is framed, and then our sentiment that will be stamped and layered. So that, my friends, is the template that we would use for this card. Can you see how that goes? It is a very simple but very effective template, and it's absolutely fantastic. This piece of designer series paper has been cut to 1 3/8 by 5 1/4. This piece right here is 2.5 inches to 5 1/4. These smaller pieces here, this basic white one is 2 by 4 1/4. And the paper around it right here, this pretty peacock, is 2 1/8 by 4 3/8. So it's just a smidgen bigger. So how about that? That's a very easy layout, and that is what we're going to do. So as usual, I'm going to begin with the inside, putting a little bit of adhesive on there. and onto the pretty peacock that is just a little bit bigger. This inside white piece is 3 3/4 by 5, and this piece here along the outside is 3 7/8 by 5 1/8. So you can see it's just an 1/8 inch bigger. It lets you have plenty of framing from the inside of the card though in there. See how much is framing the outside? Almost 1/4 inch. And then for decorating the front of the card, using the Designer Series paper and adhering that. Then the other little piece of Designer Series paper that is 1 3/8 by 5 1/4. Adhering that on. Very nice. To decorate this piece, well, let me back up for a second. I'm using the Wonderful Thoughts stamp set because of this thinking of you. It comes with dies, and the die I'm going to use creates this, which is very pretty, and I'm going to use that to decorate this front piece. Because it's a sympathy card, I'm going to keep it very simple. I'm going to run it through my cut and emboss machine. It fits in the mini, and you can see that I have put it on this piece of pretty peacock. I already have it cut out of the pumpkin pie, and now I'm going to run it through. There we go. Setting this aside out of the way. I'm taking the Take Your Pick tool, because it's really stuck in there. And can you see all the pieces of cardstock that have stayed in? So I use the pointed end of this tool to go through any of these large holes and get the cardstock out. Use your fingers as well. There we go. That's out, and now there are some little pieces that also need to come out. Continue to use the Take Your Pick tool, and I can also get it out of the die. And any extra little pieces that are still in there, I simply poke out. Now you can see some of the pieces of cardstock are still stuck in there. So using the Take Your Pick tool, I get them out. And now they're all gone. It's out of the die. I'm going to brush these pieces of cardstock out of the way and put them in recycling really quickly here in this little bag I have next to me. It took me a little while to play around with where I thought these elements should go. And when I did this, and I think it might look good even if they're overlapping a little bit as over the edge of the white, I could see the brown through here, the pecan pie through here, and I didn't really want to have that so much, so I cut off just a little bit of the stem, because then it wasn't going to be showing as much through there. Here, I like that. I think that looks good. So, because these are smaller pieces here and skinnier, I'm going to use the glue, the liquid adhesive glue that a lot of people call the green glue because it's in a green container. and put that down. That will work. Now I'm going to do the same thing with this pretty peacock piece that I did. A little bit of adhesive, the glue on there. Barely put it on, and I am rubbing the tip right on the cardstock. I don't know if you could see that, but that's how I'm trying to make it so I don't have much on there and I really can control where it goes. I've got it hanging over. I'm just going to trim that off. And that is my centerpiece. Now I'm going to put some adhesive on it. Yes, this is the piece that I am reusing. That's the beauty of cardstock. It has two sides, so if you mess up one side, you can just turn it over and use the other side. And that's what I did. I messed it up, so I turned it over and used the other side. I'm going to adhere this to the front using dimensionals, and I'm almost done with this package of dimensionals. So I have cut all along the outside so I can continue to use this package until every single one of these is gone. I'm going to adhere that to the front using the dimensionals so it stands up a little bit. The sticky uppies. There we go. And cleaning up my space a tiny bit here. Excellent. Now, what did I do with the sentiment piece? Here it is. Okay, so I'm going to stamp that thinking of you in the pretty peacock ink. Ink it up real well. Lay it down on my piece and eyeball. So I've got it on there and as centered as I can. Putting the ink away. And I think this is ready for some adhesive. Put it on a little piece of the designer series paper, this white piece that I'm using. This tiny little white piece is 2 3/4 by 3/4, and the designer series paper around it is again just an 1/8 inch bigger at 2 7/8 by 7/8. So just a little bigger. And I want to have it here. Remember, that was my template. So I don't want it higher. It's going to be harder for me to mail because that will make it thicker. So I'm going to use adhesive right in the middle part there and adhere it. So hopefully it's even on there. All right, almost done. I think I'd like to add just a little more texture. You can be done at this point if you want. I'm going to add a baker's twine bow in a neutral color. So I'm going to create my bow. Maybe. There we go. And I'm getting it so it's even-ish. There, I like that. That works for me. Now a glue dot. I'm going to pull off a glue dot. And I'm going to roll it in my fingers to make it into a ball. Then I adhere it to the back of my bow middle and place my bow where I want it to be on the card. That glue dot not only keeps the bow there, but it helps keep it as a bow so it doesn't come untied. Snip off the extra, and there we go. That card is all finished. How about that? And the inside, and the outside. How quick and easy is that? Using a template, it's very easy to create cards that look fantastic, they look fancy, and they're ready to be sent out. Again, thank you so much for joining me. I hope you have a chance today to get inky or do whatever kind of crafting it is that you like to do, because it's good for your mental health and it's fun. Please leave a comment and let me know what colors you think you'll use to make your cards. What do you think you'll make? Birthday card? Christmas card? What do you think you'll be making out of this template? I can't wait to hear about it. I also have all the information on my blog, and that is listed down below in the description. So please visit the blog where you can get all the written dimensions right there for the card. And thank you again for joining me. Thumbs up, smash the subscribe, and I hope to see you again soon. Bye.